So join me in preparing some delicious cottage cheese pancakes as a New Year's Day treat. So I'll be using cottage cheese, 1 egg, which I've already broken, put in the bowl, organic butter, vanilla extract, a splash of rice milk, and gluten-free self-raising flour. And also, as a topping of the finished pancakes, I'll be topping it with thickened cream, which is dairy-free. It's by Loco. So I popped the 1 egg in the bowl, and I'm going to mix that up. So to the bowl, I'm adding a couple of tablespoons of cottage cheese to mix in. Now, with the mixing, you can use an egg beater or you can use an electric beater. You can even put it in the blender and smooth the mixture right down, whatever you prefer, but I don't feel like doing that tonight. I'm just going to do it in a very rough way. Add the vanilla essence and mix that through. Add 1/4 cup of flour or roundabout just to get the right consistency going. So here you can see the batter is starting to come together, and you can see it's a little bit lumpy, but that's due to the cottage cheese. Now, when it's cooked, it might stay a bit lumpy, so if you don't like little lumps of cottage cheese in your pancakes, you can blend it out when you're mixing it. But I actually quite enjoy the little lumps of cottage cheese when I'm eating the pancakes, so I'm going to leave them in. And this makes it easy as well for people who don't have a blender or electronic equipment. You can just do it easily by hand, mush it through, get it to a smooth consistency. And so the only other thing I'm going to add now is just a splash of rice milk to get it into a little bit of a runnier consistency. So the rice milk has been added, and I'll just mix that all through, and then that's really the batter. I'm not even going to add any sugar, so it's super healthy, high protein I should say, and as you can see, very simple and easy. And again, you get to taste the simple flavors of all the ingredients rather than overloading them with a lot of spices. Of course, if you wanted to add toppings to the final product, you can add whatever you want, like cinnamon on the top, which I like to add, or chocolate sprinkles, cinnamon sugar, but I don't tend to like things very sweet, so I like it this way. So this is pretty much the final batter that I'm going to use. Now you can see here there's still quite a few lumps. It's a little bit lumpy, but the lumps are the cottage cheese inside, and if you leave them as is, the pancakes cook through with a little bit of cheese throughout. So it actually adds, in my opinion, it adds a nice texture when you're eating it. But if you don't like those lumps, by all means, keep mixing until you've smoothed out the lumps, or blend it to make it completely smooth. But now all we do is we're going to add them. I've just started the pan, add them to the pan, and watch them cook through. Oops, that was not very nice. So you can see the cottage cheese pancakes are bubbling away. We're going to leave them cooking until they're nice and brown on one side, and then turn them over. They're cooked very nicely on one side, and you can see I didn't turn that over very well, but there you go. So we just wait for the other side to cook, and they do take a little bit longer to cook because they've got the cottage cheese bubbles in there. So just leave them on the pan for a bit longer. So I'm making a fourth one because I feel like treating myself today. And of course I put butter in the pan before I started cooking them, so the pancakes absorb the beautiful flavour of the butter, making them extra tasty. Voila! So I've served them today with a little bit of butter and the coconut cream, which is dairy free, and I'm going to sprinkle some cinnamon on them. So of course you can sprinkle whatever you like on it. You can sprinkle sugar, cinnamon sugar, vanilla sugar, serve them with berries. But there you go, voila, cottage cheese pancakes. Enjoy.